Hey everybody, so as you can see, I'm actually not in my room right now. I'm actually downstairs because I'm watching Hulu from my Switch that is hooked up over there. You can't really see it because it's behind the big giant surround sound speaker, but let me see if I could zoom in. So you can see the little box over there my Switch is on. So as you can see here, I have my very first Pro controller, and I got it in orange, and this is the light that's on it. These are the LED lights that are on here. So it's just like the Joy-Cons. It has like the X, Y, A, B buttons, and it has like 2 analog sticks, and then it has the plus on here. And then it just has like, I think this is like the volume, so let me see. I guess that only works if you have it onto the system, but yeah, so this is just like the home button, so I can just hit home and it goes there. And then I can also go back with B, so I would just like click B and it goes back to the menu on here. But we're gonna go back to what I was watching. Oh, there we go. Now, the thing with the Pro controller is the controls feel a little bit different. They feel bulkier. So it took me a few minutes to get used to, but not long. But you can see that the buttons are more popped out more, and the feeling of them feels very strange because the Joy-Con controller's buttons are actually much flatter, and the analog sticks are actually not this high, but they are very, very comfortable in my hand. They have a grip here so that your hands go there. I absolutely love the orange color. It's very shiny. Oops. Oh no, what did I do? Hold on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. So I do like that it's very shiny, like underneath it, and it looks like it's got a butt on the bottom, but that's what it looks like. It did take me a few minutes to figure out how the hell do I pair this, because I'm still kind of new to the whole Switch thing. I don't know how to completely use it yet. I mean, I know how to get to like the menus, my profile picture, to my friends list and games and settings and all that. But I don't know how to actually pair controllers just yet. When I got the Switch, I got it for Christmas, and my brother-in-law was the one he was like basically the only family member in my family who had the Switch, and he actually used the Switch a lot longer than I have, so I don't know much about it when it comes to pairing controls. But he actually was the one that paired up the Joy-Cons when I first got the Switch. And then when I got this delivered today from Amazon, this was $18. I was trying to figure out how the fuck do you pair this damn thing, because I was like there for like a few hours trying to figure out how to freaking pair this shit to the damn screen. And I knew that this was compatible for the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite. And so I was like, it has to pair because it said it was compatible, and a lot of people use it for their Switch. So the first thing I did was I went to Grip to change Grip and to see if I could pair it from there, and it did not. So then I went to find controllers, and it still did not pair, but it was showing that I did have the Pro controller. So it was showing like a little print image of it on the screen of the Switch when I went to find controllers, and it was telling me what to do. So I did hit the middle button, and it still was not pairing, so I didn't understand why. So then I was trying a method where it says to try to hook up the USB cable to the box and then hook the controller to the box and see if that would work, and it still wasn't working. So then I tried something else, and I called my dad in, and it said hold Y and hold the home button down at the same time. So I did that, and then it finally connected. So I was very happy, and it vibrated just like it said it would. So then my father tells me to go to the game. So I went to Animal Crossing because that's one of my favorite games I love to play all the time. So I hit Animal Crossing, but then when I went to Animal Crossing, this light right here is what tells you if the controller is on and it's connected. It turned off, and I was like, what the fuck? So I did something really stupid. I should have known this was going to happen. But like I said, I am a PlayStation girl. I've never used other consoles before except for the PlayStation or the Game Boy Advance or like mostly those kinds of game consoles and the GameCube. But I've never actually used a Switch, so I was still getting used to the pairing and the controlling. So then I go back and I did the same thing again. And then I went back into the game and it disconnected again. So I was like, what the hell is going on? So I called my brother-in-law and I said, dude, I don't know what the hell's going on. You're the expert when it comes to technology. So what the freak is going on? Because you have played the Switch way longer than I have. How do you get this thing to work? So he told me how to pair it. And I said, I did all of that. And it connected, but then it disconnected when I went to the game. And I don't know why it's doing that. So he said, do you have it on controller 2? Because if it's on controller 2, it's not going to work properly. It will only work when you're playing with another person. So he said, go and check to grip in order and then take it off player 2 and put it on player 1. So he told me to go to grip to change grip, and I did. And then he told me to actually move the Joy-Con controller, and he said take the Joy-Con controller and put it on player 1. And then he said when the system asks you to hit L, hit the L button, not on the Joy-Con, but hit L and R on the Pro controller. So he said hit L and R, and not just L, but hit it on the Pro controller, because the Pro controller has 2 buttons on it and not the Joy-Con. Because the Joy-Cons are separate, so they're like L and R on separate controllers. So I had the Joy-Con already active, and it was telling me to hit the L button. So I ended up actually hitting the opposite. And so he told me to not hit L, but hit both the buttons. So I did that, and it did connect immediately right away, and I was very surprised by how fast it did. So then I went to go and test it out on the game, and it did work. And I was like, well, how did I not freaking know that? I was like, I'm such an idiot, because I had it on number 2 controller. I was like, oh my god, I'm such a dummy. And so that's how I got it to work. So if you guys get this Pro controller, make sure that you go to change grip order, and make sure that your Joy-Con is on the player 1. And then when it says to hit the L button, you're going to want to do the opposite, and you'll want to grab the Pro controller, and then you'll hit the L and the R button, which is these two right here. And then once you do that, it should right away pair up to the console, and it'll vibrate, and you'll feel that in your hand. Definitely, you're gonna mostly feel it on the grip, the hand grips, and it should connect. So, yeah, I got this for $18 on Amazon. I wanted to get it in blue, but it was more expensive to get in blue. I really don't know why. It's not fair, but the blue color of this Pro controller was $24.99. Getting the orange one was $18.99. So, but it's very comfortable, very light, and it's really shiny. It's funny because when I move the controller away from the camera, sometimes it looks like it's just a coat of paint. So you can actually see that little hallucination like effect when I do that. But yeah, it's very comfortable, and it's bulky, so it does take time to get used to. If you guys use the Joy-Con controllers for a long time, and you're used to flat surface, this is very bulky. And But it's very comfortable, and the analog sticks are very sturdy. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. But there's all different kinds of designs. Just make sure that the one that you're getting is compatible with the Nintendo Switch that you have. If you have the Lite version, you'll want to get a controller that is like this one, that is compatible with both Nintendo Switch consoles, which is the Lite, and then the regular version, which is the one that I have up there. But if you just want to get one that's only compatible with your system, then go right ahead and get it. Anyways, that's pretty much it, and I hope that this was a helpful video.